All right, we are now entering that pre-calc zone I've been talking about. All right, this is what we're going to start today, some of that pre-calc topics. The good news, well, maybe not for you, but we're still going to graph and shade. That's why I needed all that background, and we took all that time to do that. All right, you are still going to graph and shade. Here's what I'm going to add in now. Something called, as you can see here on number 1, an objective function. All right, this objective function will produce the following: the minimum and maximum value for your shaded region. That's what I'm interested in. That's what you're going to be interested in. When I find all the shaded regions and where they overlap, I want to know, I'm going to start to need to know what the max is and what the min is. All right. So as you can see, I've already graphed the first one. You can thank me later. All right. I graphed those lines. I figured out where it was shaded and see the figure that it made. Now we are interested in the points that the figure makes. All right. That surround the figure. Do you see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different points? We are going to plug each of the points into the objective function I give you to see what the max and the min is. All right. So go ahead. Somebody lift a point off there for me. What do you got? 3, 2, everybody. So I'm going to take 3, 2. And I'm going to plug it into the objective function. What coordinate's the 3? X, so 3 times 3 plus 2 times 2, the y coordinate. What's the value of z there? $13. Now, is that the max? Is it the min? I don't know, because I got to test the other points too. Another point. Go ahead, give me another point. 4, 10, thank you. So z is going to be equal to 3 times 4 plus 2 times 10. What's the value of z now? It's going to be fun today, I can tell. 32. You're on your own for the other 3 points. Go ahead. And then at the end, we'll discuss what's my max value, what's my minimum value in this shaded region. Eight six. What do we got? 8, 6. Z is equal to 36. How about 7, 4? 29. And 5, 12. All right. So let's answer the question. What's the maximum value of this objective function? What's the max? 39. And then it says, what's the minimum value? Minimum value, 13. All right. So I use that object, and that will be given to us for now. When we start doing the word problems next week, you're going to have to come up with the objective on your own. Any issues there plugging it in? Okay, that's the last time I give you this right here. You're going to have to come up with the shaded region on your own. This is why we've done all that back work now. All right, all the background work. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is graph the inequalities, which we're going to call our constraints, and I won't get into that until we get into the word problems, what that means, but we're going to graph the inequalities. You guys need to find that shaded region. Oh, time out, time out. I'm going to suggest something right now, and I hope you take it. Don't set up the graph yet. Find all your intercepts first. Do not, and I'll show you why. Do not set up the graph yet. Don't draw it in. Find all the x and y intercepts first. All right, so x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than, though they don't have intercepts. Though x, what type of line is that going to be? Vertical, great job. Y, horizontal. All right, find the x-intercept now for the third one. X and y intercept. So 0 what? And what 0 here? Nothing new. Nothing new. We've been doing it for a couple weeks now. What do you have there? 0. Y-intercept 0. 8. And what 0 now for the x-intercept? 4, yeah. All right, do it for the next one. 0 what? And what 0? What do you got? 0, 4. And the x-intercept, 6, 0. Here's why I say wait now. Here's why. Are all your intercepts positive? Yes. So there's no sense of making a graph like that. You're not going to use 3 of the quadrants. If all your intercepts are positive, just set up the first quadrant. Okay? If all the intercepts are positive, just set up the first quadrant. If one of them's negative, sure, now do your 4-quadrant grid. But since none of them are negative, might as well just keep it to the first quadrant. All right, stop. We're going to do this together. Don't go ahead of me here. You told me this was what type of line? X? What type of line? Vertical. So isn't that this line right here, the y-axis? Yeah. X is greater than or equal to 0. Start thinking, where would you shade? Where are all the x's greater than 0? Now, hopefully you don't overthink this. Should I shade to the right or to the left of this? X is greater than 0. I hope you shade to the right. There's no darn graph to the left, right? That was a joke, Ian. All right. Y greater than or equal to 0. What type of line is y? Horizontal, so that's your x-axis. Where would you shade here, above or below? Where are all the y's greater than 0, above or below? I'm not shading in that whole thing, right? That's where we are right now. We haven't gotten any smaller. We're shading in literally the first quadrant. All right, let's get smaller now. Go ahead, graph that third inequality now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to see me get fired up starting today? Don't use a straight edge. Yeah, you have to use a straight edge. That is the only way we're going to know exact points where these things intersect. Start using a straight edge, please. Graph your line in. Throw a little label on that sucker. Where's this going to get shaded? Above or below? Plug in 0, 0, everybody. Plug in 0, 0 to the inequality. Does it work? 0, 0 going to work? So above or below? Should be below. So now, hey, nice. Now I just have this little triangular region. with one more line to go. So the only way I'm going to shade is somewhere in here. All right, go ahead, graph the last one. I got 0, 4. And I got 6, 0. Straight edge, straight edge. Above or below this one? Does 0, 0 work in that last one? Is 0 less than 12? Yep. So you're shading below both lines. Do you see where the region is? Make it a nice, beautiful color with your colored pencils. Where is that shaded region now? This is where I get I haven't graded your tests, quizzes yet. I just haven't had the time. My apologies, but this is where I get nervous that you guys are just going to pick a random shape and pray it's the right one. All right. All right. It's hopefully we're shading right here. Both of them get shaded down. All right, now here's where we get a little deeper now. We get in the pre-calc area. Give me the points that form that figure. You should have 4 points right now. 4 points. It's got 4 sides, should have 4 points. List them off, kids. Let's go. What do we got? 0, 0. 0, 4. 4, 0. And this is why you use a straight edge, so you can identify that last point. 3, 2. Definitely intersecting at 3, 2. And just like we did for the last problem, you're going to take the objective function, 2x plus 3y, plug in x and y, and let's find out where the max and the min are. Or just max, it says on this one. I don't know how you guys can be so sad. You weren't even here a whole day. Bunch of whiners. Whew, 5.5 hours you're here for. Whew. You guys all right? Maybe some of you less if you don't even have first and second. That's the life right there, 5.5 hours. Or 0 hours for some of us here. 5.5 was too long of a day. Got to get to those 3-hour delays. What are we getting for 0, 0? Boom. 0, 4. 12. 4, 0. And 3, 2. All right, the directions say use these values to determine the maximum value. So what's the max value? Max value? 12. Here's how I want it written at this last part. The max equals 12 when, what are the x and y values? There's 2 of them, I know, but just give me one pair. The max is 12 when? What? Yeah, give me a pair when the max is 12. Okay, calm down. I didn't hear you. It's jumping down my back. 3 and 2. I get it. I heard you. Max is 12 when x is 3 and y is 2. But there's another pair, right? Stop your whining back there. I saw that, all right? Why don't you get me some popcorn? How about that? And if you weren't here, you have no idea what's going on. And the other pair, and when x equals 0 and y equals 4. That's what I need now. Throw in some milk duds while you're there. I really tried. I wasn't going to go there, Ian. But after making that face, I went there. All right. You working tonight? No? When's the next time? Ooh, Friday. It's hopping probably on a Friday, right? Yep. All those middle school kids get there. Ah, yeah. Yep. Okay, let's finish this up strong and call it a day. Again, don't set up your graph yet. You never know. Let's look at what our intercepts are. We don't need to do any intercepts for the first one or the second one. Looks like the only intercepts we need to do are x minus y greater than or equal to -3. So find your intercepts there. Let's see, 0, -3. Yeah? No? Oh, 0, 3. Calm it down, everybody. 0, 3, because I was thinking about the next one, right? Which would be -3, 0. All right, so we do have a negative intercept. So let's set up our 4 quadrants. All right, because on the first, using just one quadrant is not going to help us. Ooh, how do I graph this one here? 1 to 5. What type of line? Or lines? X, X, X. Vertical. 1 at 1, 1 at 5. So 1 at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if it's helpful, I saw some of you do it on your quiz. I was very happy. Put the little circle there that you remind you that's the origin. Where are you guys shading for here? It would be in between. So keep that in mind. I'm going to shade in between, lightly in pencil if you want to. That's fine. Y greater than or equal to 2. What type of line we're working with? Horizontal line going through 2. I'll label that sucker. All right, let's narrow down the shaded region. Would I shade above or below here? Y is greater than 2. Above, yes, because 0 wouldn't work. So I'd shade above. So everyone see the little portion right now. 3 sides of a little rectangle. This is the only place it possibly could be, with one more line to graph. I got 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, -3, 0. Graph that one in. Where'd it go? Where'd my, there it is. Labels, labels, labels. Okay, where's the shading going to be? Remember, it was only going to be right here, guys. It was going to be right here. So it's either going to be this little thing up here or this part right here. Where do you shade for this line? Nope, nope, nope. Does 0 work? Yes, 0 works. So above or below? Should be below, yep.
Students who sign up must rise above both ways and will be required to present a signed parent permission slip. The hockey bus departs.
Find the points.
At 2:30 and the basketball bus departs at 4:30. Buses will return to the high school once the contests are completed. Thank you.
What's one? Give me a point. 1, 2. Nice. Keep going. 1, 4. This is why it's helpful to do the straight edge. You're starting to see it. The other 2 points, 5, 2, along with 5, 8. Plug them all into the objective function. Let's find out where the max is. Feel like hardcore math students. One, 2, what are you getting? -1, 1, 4. Yeah, let's go. 5, 2, 11. And how about 5, 8? But you got 5, 8? -1. All right, so here you go. Let's finish this. What's my max? The max is equal to 11 when what? X equals 5 and Y equals 2. Okay. So if you're not going to be here tomorrow, you know what the assignment is. Next 2 pages. If you're going to be here tomorrow, saddle up, partner up, and let's get rolling.